Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm Leslie Ishii, Artistic Director here at Perseverance Theater, and I am so grateful, so honored to be able to welcome you to this virtual space, our virtual space that has been the Black Alaskan Art Matters initiative space. And this is the fourth conversation of four in this Black Alaskan Art Matters initiative. And wow, what an evening we have for you tonight. We have incredible guests that have been a part of this initiative and just excited to have you with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. But like we do, I love to always start and invite you to join me in honoring and offering a deep gratitude to the Occoquan and Toccoquan peoples of the area around and including what is now Juneau, Alaska. Here we are in gorgeous, beautiful Alaska. And it is all Tlingit Ani, where I am, Tlingit land, which has been stewarded by the Tlingit people since time immemorial. We also ask you to join us in finding ways to recognize, honor, and enact this in all you do in these meaningful, beautiful Tlingit homelands. Yes, please join us in that. But we also invite you to join us in honoring and expressing deep gratitude to the Dena'ina peoples of South Central Alaska, where we also conduct our work in Anchorage. I mentioned Anchorage, Alaska, because I know we might have viewers tuning in from all over the US and even maybe the world. So, yes, here we are in Alaska. And join with us in finding ways to recognize and also honor and enact this acknowledgement in meaningful ways regarding the Dena'ina peoples. For more than 10,000 years, Alaska Natives have been and continue to be integral to the well being of Alaska. One cannot be without the other. To love Alaska and call it home requires honoring this truth. Alaska is and always has been a Native place. It is our responsibility to act accordingly. And as a creative company, it's Perseverance Theater, we are committed to our self education, to learning from, meaningfully including and holding space, and strengthening our work with Alaska Native peoples. We know their brilliance, vibrant languages, cultures, ways of life, and relationships with all aspects of their worlds bring knowledges and understandings we cannot know or access without their consent or partnership. We seek to build a right relationship with the Native peoples of Alaska because it will make our work better and because it is a right thing to do. Perseverance Theater honors the cultures, traditions, languages, and the resilience of all Alaska Native and Native Indigenous ancestors, elders, and descendants, past, present, and future. And we are committed and remain always to continuing our processes of decolonizing and indigenizing to liberate our spaces with self education, relationship building, and organizational cultural change, all in service of justice. With that, as I say in Tlingit language, Gunashish, and in Dena'ina, Tinangeli. So again, thank you so much for being with us tonight. It is an honor to be bringing forth this program, the Black Alaskan Art Matters Initiative. And it was an initiative that began when the uprising started. Certainly, Black Lives Matters has been needing and has been ongoing for some time. I honor that myself, and Perseverance Theater wanted to respond to the recent uprisings. And just to say, rightfully so, BIPOC, Black and Indigenous and people of color are needing to uprise for justice. So many arts and culture spaces, many businesses are creating statements about their stance to support Black Lives Matters. We didn't create a statement right away. In fact, actually, we decided to make relationships instead and to see how we might utilize our platform here at Perseverance Theater to lift up the Black Lives Matters movement. And what came from that was some beautiful applications and recommendations for what ended up being three curators for this initiative. One of them being Alyssa Quinton, The others, tonight you will get to hear from them, MC Mahogany Magnetic and Amable Rosa. And we are so proud of this initiative. It has inspired us to continue. And you can visit ptalaska.org to basically visit that particular page on our website and see the art that has been curated by our leaders here, MC Mahogany, Amable, and Alyssa. And I welcome you, please, and urge you even to visit that page. The art is exquisite. These are incredible art makers. And so tonight we are bringing some of those artists to you to have a conversation and to share their work too, which I'm really excited about. So to get on with our program, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you our two curators that will be hosting tonight. And I will introduce them. And then when they come on, they will introduce our wonderful guest artists, those who are part of our Black Alaskan Art Matters initiative. So, and then I'll be back at the end to bring our evening to a close and share some announcements as well. So, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you Amable J. Rosa, who is an active member in in the city of Anchorage, and while working close to several groups and organizations around town, his mission is to create a more equal and inclusive community across the state of Alaska. As a former title holder with the Imperial Court of All Alaska, a nonprofit organization that works closely with the LGBT community and raises money for a scholarship fund awarded to an involved individual, he recently stepped down as the Grand Duke 18 of Anchorage, Alaska, where he introduced the idea of underground ballroom culture. His goal was to clarify and bring to light the magic of what the underground ballroom scene was, and to educate us on how the scene created a safe haven in New York in the 1980s and 90s for queer and trans-identified Black and POC individuals to go and express themselves freely, many after being thrown out of their own homes by parents and family who did not accept them. Aside from this, his philanthropic and volunteer work, he's also well known for his artistry through dancing, acting, and singing. His passion for performative art has landed him with honorable roles, such as choreographer for the 2019 Mad Murners production of Rocky Horror Show, and the title role of Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and the Rat King in Pulse Dance Company's Nutcracker. He's also known for his gender fluid and androgynous expressive drag performances as Glenn Coe. And his work as a drag artist includes performing at the annual Anchorage Pride Festival and performing in Seweridge's first ever drag show, where he raised money to pay the rent on a safe space for the entirety of 2020. That's amazing. He recently organized, with the help of other BIPOC leaders, one of Anchorage's Black Lives Matters protest march in early June, and he has then worked diligently to be productive with his activism in the community, continuing to speak out on the injustice against BIPOC lives and to amplify the voices of the marginal. So again, we will hear from Amable very soon, and I can't wait for you to meet Amable and for Amable to bring on guest artists that you'll get to know this evening and get to know their work too. But coming up right now is MC Mahogany Magnetic. And it is also my greatest honor to introduce this co-host, who's also been a curator of Black Alaskan Art Matters. And MC Mahogany resides in the Spenard community of Anchorage at her Wonder Woman hideout, aka Camp Magnetic. She's a feminist, transgender, African-American woman and human rights activist. She's a U.S. Coast Guard veteran and has also earned degrees in anthropology, forensic death investigation. I want to ask Mahogany about that. That's interesting. English, and also currently completing her MFA in creative writing and literary arts. Mahogany is also a published artist that includes Shh, Be Quiet, Building Fires in the Snow, The Mindsaw Lady's Revenge, Queer Magic, Power Beyond Boundaries, and Acrimonious Black Woman Sparks Climate Change Debate with the President. in the Alaska Women Speaks Literary Journal, and that was published in the spring of 2019. Also, Mahogany is a poet in the International Poetry Anthology of Female Voices. And gosh, I have to tell you that part of her accolades, her list of accolades, is that she's also ridden her bicycle 100 miles in one day and has jumped over 5 cars on her bike. Wow. And if that is enough, she's also chained herself to a tree for justice, equality, and respect for all people. So she is one who absolutely stands up for her beliefs and her values for justice. She loves creative writing. She writes poetry every day. With that, please give a warm virtual welcome to MC Mahogany Magnetic, who will invite and interview our next guest.
Thank you
Mahogany.
so much, Leslie. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that. I tell you, you get the best introductions. So
Oh,
yes,
it's
I
my
am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show you my video when I jump those 5 cars because it's
I can't
legendary.
wait.
Yes, you can, right?
That
Oh
is
well, yeah.
yes.
So I'm excited to be here once again with you all this evening for another artist talk. And I'm excited for Amable Rosa. So the curator is like really gonna get into this for you all tonight. So I'm just here for a hot minute to bring on, the wonderful poet, the dynamic artist we have for you all tonight as a part of the Black Alaskan Arts Matter art show. And her name is Shavonda Burkhart. And I mean, I must say, like, when I read her poetry, it was like the space in between lines. If you've ever like really like studied poetry and know poetry and see it on paper, especially, it's what's between the lines sometimes that's that the unsaid that's there, and you can read that, and that came off the page to me, and it's like, oh,
Mm.
hit me in the heart. So I really like relate to her as a poet, as an artist. I'm just excited to have her here with us tonight. So without
That
further
means
ado.
that means a lot coming from you, MC Mahogany, because you are such a wonderful poet yourself. I've mentioned many of folks. Thank you for that service. Well, I will leave you both. Hi, Shavonda. Welcome.
Um,
I will leave you both to have a wonderful conversation. I'll be right here off the camera, off stage, if you will, the virtual stage. But I'll be here supporting if you need anything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So how you doing, Shavonda?
I am doing good, and you?
I'm awesome. Where you coming from? Where you at right now?
I
You know
am in
your house.
Juneau, Alaska.
Oh my gosh, Juno. You know what? I'll tell you a quick story. When I first moved to Alaska, right, I met this
Mhm.
man somewhere, and his name was Billy, and he had this real deep Southern accent. And then he was talking about his salmon, like frying salmon. It's like that's how we do down south. We fry salmon, right? I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying? I'm originally from Texas, Georgia, the deep south. So, we're going on and on. And eventually it comes out that he's from Juneau. What I'm saying, that's wow, right? South Alaska, I get it. He said we fry our salmon, we deep fry salmon. So I don't know. Is it safe to say that's what you be doing down there, deep frying salmon?
Well, I fry chicken.
Oh,
I don't eat salmon. My husband, he does, but I don't really eat salmon.
there you go. But y'all deep fries some salmon, y'all Southerners. Oh my gosh, it's just a pleasure to have you here with us tonight, and I want to
Thank
thank
you. I'm
you.
honored in being here.
Yeah, I want to thank you for your time, your opportunity, and your courage to be here with us, like live. It's it can be a very like stressful thing going on because people watch it. Like, yeah.
Yes.
So I just want you to just take your time and answer these few questions and stuff that we have, and I think it's going to be a nice experience. Let's see where we go. Okay. So
Yes.
one of the first things is I would like for you to tell us a little bit more about yourself, where you come from, how long you've been in Alaska, those kinds of things.
Okay. Well, I am Shavonda Burkhart. I am the daughter of Charles and Michelle Chambers. I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I am married to Nathan Burkhart, and I have two beautiful children, Nathan Burkhart Jr., who's 16, and I have a daughter, Kalia Burkhart, who's 12, and we have a dog. I'm also a United States veteran as well. I served in the United States Navy for 4 years in San Diego. Um, we moved to Alaska about 5 years ago. We lived in Juneau for about 4.5 years. We moved here because my husband's life, his whole life, he wanted to be an underground miner. And so he's an underground miner here at Hecla Greens Creek Mine in Juneau. So that's what brought us here. He's a veteran as well. So
That's what's up. A lot of veterans make their way to Alaska and or what active duty and decide to make this home, and that's how
yes.
my family got here, and I was exposed to Alaska. And yeah, it's just that's really cool. And the cool thing is, you was in the Navy, I was in the Coast Guard, so we both like seagoing people,
Yeah.
So that's a real connection. And it's been a while since I've talked to anybody in the Navy. As much as I go to the VA, well, before Corona, you know what I'm saying. But there's very few
Mm-hmm.
Navy veterans out there, So, and I guess that's really interesting too, because like I think for me, that experience of being on the water like really had an effect on my poetry, you know. And
Yes.
like I said, and once again, that's the space in between lines, when you out there looking at the water, there's so much more going on in that space. There's the horizon, there's the sun, there's the water, and there's the surface and what's beneath the surface. And that's
Oh
what I
yeah.
like about your poetry. It's what's beneath the surface. So if you don't mind, please tell us, how long have you been writing poetry? Is that the only thing that you write?
Yes, basically. Well, I started writing poetry when I was in high school. That was 20 something years ago. And I was writing poetry based on love, uh, um, trying to express love through poetry, or expressing how I feel as though love should be felt, and writing about what I witnessed with my friends and their relationships and stuff, and just, writing about different events that's happened in my life.
Hmm.
Navy, I was writing poetry to my husband, Nathan.
Okay.
When we were apart, being underway, so I was writing him love poems, and I
You
was
know,
doing.
um, I as much as I write poetry, I seldom write love poems because it's been a long time since I've been in love, like
Oh,
romantically, right? But I did
yeah.
find love in community, and I mean, just the poetry itself. I've written romantic poems to poetry, and so like yeah, that's like I said, oh my gosh, you got some love poetry going on that you submitted. And it's like, I really appreciate love poetry when I see it, because it does speak to the heart of relationships and distance and closeness and intimacy and all those wonderful things that love is, and poetry does that. And you're so wonderful uh, with that, with your words. And
Thank
that that's,
you.
that's that's really cool. That's really cool. You inspired me. I need to write a love poem to somebody as soon as like I get it together.
It will
But
happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's for me right now. It's just like I got more important things going on in romance. You know what I'm saying? It's being here for Black Alaskan Arts Matter. It's being an
Oh
MC,
yeah.
create space. You know what I'm saying? And you here with us. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so, like, one of the things I want to know too is like your process of writing, right? I know, like for me, my process is like, well, you can't really see it, but I got like a little wall here and over there on the other side that I put up all my ideas, and I sit here at my little desk. But I also write a lot on my in my journals and my computers, and You know, and one thing I do really like is the practice of sitting down with a pen and pad. You know, that's old school stuff. You know, but like, what is your process of writing? And then another question: what was your first poetry name? Mm. Juicy, juicy.
I I've always just been Shabonda. Shabonda.
Hey,
I've
that's
been
more than enough.
given a wonderful opportunity here to be able to express myself. But how I come up with my poetry is with a notebook and pen, and I just express how I feel in my heart and however I may be feeling that day. Because usually now these days it's based on my writing is based on the illness that I live with, which is schizoaffective disorder, which shares symptoms of schizophrenia. And I base it, I express myself through um, whatever I'm feeling inside, and I write it and I kind of put it together, you know. So that's my
Yeah,
process.
I'm with you there. You know, like I mentioned to you earlier today that I have bipolar disorder and like a really extreme case. I've been hospitalized like 18 times. I'm not afraid to go back to hospital if I need to. You know, I'm not ashamed of that. And but it
No
doesn't.
shame.
It influences. Yeah, it influences the writing. You know, it really does. And I was thinking about that, think about further, and I wish I could remember the name of this poem, but there was a poem that my poetry teacher in undergrad shared with us. I can't remember the artist of poetry, but no, I remember a classmate. We had to do a project on it, and anyways, the thing was the poem was about a house, and I think the daughter in the house was schizophrenic, had schizophrenic affective disorder, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as time went on, the house began to deteriorate, right? So basically, what it
Okay.
was saying is that when one person in a family has mental illness, the entire family does, you know.
Yes.
And right. And so, and it becomes a thing where everyone has to work together, you know what I'm saying, to get through this, you know. And it's a very difficult thing, especially knowing it's also hereditary as well, too. There's a lot of processing that goes on there. And that goes on with me with being bipolar. My father bipolar and everything. Got other family members that are like bipolar depressive. I'm the only one that's like manic depressive. So like, you know,
Okay.
have these crazy highs. And but I mean, and all mental illnesses are different. But to be able to process, and that's one of the things that you know I heard a lot in therapy and in group therapy is like writing is a way to really help process some things. And I'm just really, you know, thankful that you practice this form of self-care. And then it comes out with love poetry, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
See some angry stuff like you, you know, but no, you like, man, I love you, boo. You know what I'm saying? The way you do it. And it's for your husband, your family, your children. And that was the other thing that's really interesting about your poem. Was like, wait a second, she's talking about her family here, you know, and a lot, you see a lot of love poetry that has a level of intimacy and that the addiction of words and stuff, but it's about one person. He was like, I love the two of y'all, the three of y'all, all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? That was just like
Yeah.
spectacular. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'm just like, this is just such an wonderful opportunity to be here with you and to speak
Thank
with you.
you. I'm honored to be here with you.
Yeah. So what you got on the horizon?
Well, I just continue on to try to find a way to destigmatize schizophrenia. You know, it's a lot of stigma attached to the illness. So right now, I continue to uh, get the support from my family and friends, and just I do a lot of posting of my work on my Facebook page, and I kind of like get their reaction, you know, my little audience there, and then it gives me the confidence to express it, to the public. But right now, I think I'm going to focus on becoming a mental health advocate, and I still want to express myself in poetry because it's very healing for me,
Yeah.
and it helps to inspire others.
Right
To
on, right on. I'm so thankful that we're having this conversation, and like last week, the conversation got into like substance abuse and all this kind of things, and to be here again and bringing up mental illness in the same conversation with art, it's just that's a good thing, and it's a conversation that we need to have because like inserting ourselves as Black people, as African Americans, understand what comes with that when we bring our art to the table, when we showcase
yeah.
our art. We're really putting our experiences on display here, and mental
Hmm.
is one of those, and oh my gosh, you know what, but we're gonna have some work to do, you and I, because like I'm involved in a
We
lot.
do.
I got involved in a lot of poetry stuff, so we can work together. You know what I'm saying? I can like plug you into some things and some larger communities and stuff, and
Yes.
share, this healing process. So, yeah, we just got a few minutes, but I have just like I think just one more question. Well, two
Okay.
more questions to ask. When you hear BAM, Black Alaskan Arts Matter, what does that mean to you?
To me, I hear a declaration, a
Mm,
statement, a movement. It's our time, it's our arrival, it's our, mission. Um, I I think it's a great thing to be a part of such a wonderful opportunity. And I feel as though that it's important for us as Black artists to have our voice and allow us to have our shine, and I think it's great.
I know. Girl, I must say, since the beginning of this interview, the light around you just been glowing. You just shining. I need to put my shades on. I don't know what I do with the shades on. It's guiding me over here with all that light. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate that. So, one more last question: what would you like the world to know most about you, Shavonda, as an artist and your poetry?
As an artist, I would love everyone to know that I do live with the mental illness and that I strive to bring awareness with my poetry to the world about those that live with mental health issues. And through my poetry, I strive to bring awareness to unique living of us that live with uh, mental health illnesses, and just that I want the world to know that we're human, we love, we we live normal lives in our unique ways, and
Mm-hmm.
we have talent, and our voices should be heard. So
Oh,
I'm just very thankful for this platform, and I
yeah.
love you all.
Oh, we love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for contributing to the healing of our planet. Appreciate so keep up the good work, and once again, just thank you for being here with us this evening, and sharing your story, your poetry, your inspirations, and where you're going, and really getting helping bring up this conversation about mental illness. Like Lord knows,
Yes,
we really do, because the getting rid of the stigmas is really where it's at, because it can be. Okay. I digress. I want to start crying because the stigmas be breaking you down. The stigmas break you
yes,
down.
yes,
And the only
yes.
way that we're gonna move forward in society and culture is to like destigmatize mental illness. So I want to thank you for bringing that up. I want to thank you for being here with us tonight. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you too.
Right on. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring Omable to the stage. Hey, you have a good night. Okay, so y'all. Oh, that was a wonderful time with Shavonda Burkhart. And so now I get the pleasure, the honor of bringing up the next MC, what I'm saying, the curator, Black Alaskan
Yeah.
Arts Matter. Marvel be making a post. He be like, "Black at you again, black at you again." So then he gonna show up tonight or whatever. Got his little beret on and everything. Like he ain't taking no prisoners. You know what I'm saying? So hey, love me some Marvel. We've been having a good time this entire
liberation,
thing.
My dear. Liberation, my dear.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
everyone.
So we're gonna just go get right into it. We're gonna let you just do your thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can sit back and drink my wine and watch my Blake go off on people.
Well, there's not gonna be any going off. I was negative connotation. I might go off. I don't know. We'll decide that later. No, but yeah, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Shavonda, for coming in and destigmatizing so many boundaries. One, for having a mental illness. Two, for just being a Black woman in America. Because I mean, technically, you are the most endangered person in America. You're the most disrespected. You're the most devalued. So, one, thank you for being vulnerable. Two, thank you for submitting your art to this project and making this thing come alive. And three, just thank you for existing. Seriously, Black people and Black women in general don't hear enough of that. And it's about time that we start saying it loud, saying it proud, screaming it from the top of our lungs. And that's on period. No, yes. Also,
yeah, well, go ahead, Amable. Do the damn thing.
I'm trying, but I mean, you was holding it down for me. You were holding it down, so thank you for that. Give it up for Mahogany. Loved working with Mahogany. Such a beautiful, beautiful, intelligent, and rich soul on that human being. Like, appreciate you so much. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and dive into our next artist, our musician, who is up next. His name is Lance, and he does have company with us here. Lance, you want to go ahead and join us on the camera?
Hey, everybody. What's up? T-Bone.
And T-Bone, yes. All right,
yes.
So tell me a little bit about Lance and T-Bone. So how long have you two known each other?
Man, me and T-Bone have known each other a long time. We got into music because there was another group that was performing and they said we didn't have what it takes. So then we started to collab and do work together.
And we made each other better. It was crazy. He would have the big dream. I would have like the little finesse to it. And whatever we do, we just made magic. It's beautiful.
And magic you have been doing for sure. Like, you guys made some beautiful art. And let me tell you, I enjoyed what you guys had to present to our, or what you guys had to bring to this exhibit.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So, describe working together. Like, what would you guys say your average work environment is like?
Alcohol, a pen, a paper, and then an instrumental beat.
That's how we started out. We don't do it like that no more, but
well,
that's how we started out for sure.
How long have you guys been working together?
About maybe 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
7 long years. And has it always just been you two? I know that you guys have talked about collaborations with others.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, we had 2 other people. One, rest in peace, Jessica Luckenbill. She was a beautiful soul. She had a beautiful voice. She's up in heaven now. She used to work with us. She was a beautiful songbird. And
Jaden, Sierra,
he's in love, so we don't know where he's at now.
But very talented. Very talented.
Very talented.
Nice. And I mean, besides just Lance and T-Bone, like, do you guys go by a different name, or like, were you guys?
I think we were gonna try to like L&M one time.
we tried T&L.
Yeah, T&L. Yeah.
Bring to it though, like T&L.
Mm-hmm. It's good. We like to make funny songs too, and but we did have a group called Strange Paths. That was the name of the group with all 4 of us.
Yeah, that's where we generated a lot of our music from.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. And where are you guys coming from? Actually, where are you guys located?
Juneau, Alaska.
Juneau, Alaska. We repping Juneau.
Yeah, nice. So being from Juneau and you guys being local artists, do you guys have like a really supportive community there?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Because I know how difficult. I mean, I'm a local artist, so like I know how difficult it could be trying to have your local community be supportive of your art. So I always want to know, like, is it difficult to create, or is it less difficult to create? Is there high competition?
I can't really talk smack because, like, a lot of people, like I got to do a song with this guy from Wu-Tang. So a lot of people are helping me make the video. They're giving me money to do the video. They're helping me with
Liddy.
they're helping me with a lot of stuff, and like some other stuff that I wanted to do, like as far as artists and stuff. They always come together. They always help me. So I have to say Juno definitely does support me. I can't say everybody doesn't, but mostly they support. I get support.
I think a lot of Juno isn't up on the productive scene, and Lance has definitely brought a lot more education to it. And he doesn't just work on like our music; he works on theater and all sorts of stuff like that. So he's tapped into everything, and he also brings a lot of knowledge. So it's definitely a lot of the culture wouldn't be here if Lance wasn't here. So.
Oh man, thanks, man. I don't know what to say.
Just take it all in. Just take it all
it's
in.
True.
Accept that compliment and just soak in it like it's a bath.
It's true, man. It's true.
Just soak it. Even rinse it out a little bit after.
I have to marinate in that. Thank you, team.
No, but okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I always am so interested and intrigued by the community interaction with the local artists. Because of course, we can't expect everyone in the community to be supportive or to be interactive or to even like your specific art, because art is subjective. Meaning like my art may not be for everyone, your art may not be for everyone. But it's always lovely when you have more of a following, more of an audience who is willing to support and stand by you, which is super, super important. So I love that you guys are putting on for Juno and you guys are representing the Black community that they have there. So thank you.
Yeah, mad respect for us having us here. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
No, thanks to me. Thank you guys, because this exhibit wouldn't have happened without you guys without you guys submitting your art. So you guys made this happen. We just kind of pieced it together with a little bit of glue.
Yeah.
So, I guess go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I just wanted to ask another question. Like, what's you guys' biggest inspiration when it comes to your art, to creating?
Well, my biggest inspiration is like Lance will come up with an idea, and then me and him will go over and bounce the idea back and forth and tweak it. And then once we tweak it, we start breaking down where we're going to go from there. So the biggest inspiration, I'd say, I guess, is Lance's ideas, and we just kind of like shoot after that.
So Lance is the big brains behind it all, huh?
Yeah, I'm the finesse guy. I do the finesse stuff. I do like the little tweaks and stuff that makes stuff happen. But Lance is definitely a big portion of it.
T-Bone's the freestyle man. He brings a lot to the table too. So don't let him just, push me up on some imaginary pedestal.
No. He was asking the inspiration. That's the inspiration. I mean, a lot of it is like when I'm freestyling or inspired to freestyle what I'm thinking. A lot of it is what's going on in the moment. Some stuff that's going on rattling in my brain. It's just fun times too with inspiration.
Okay.
I'm inspired. My brother really, he's really excited that I'm still doing music and stuff. He's a rapper. He raps and stuff, but he's not rapping yet. And so like, he really gives me a lot of props for like continuing to persist in music and keep doing music. So, I have to say my brother's my inspiration. One of my brothers, and that's my second brother down there. Not my brother, my soul brother.
Well, Big ups to the Soul Brother for helping you, be inspired and create. That's amazing. I love that. I love that you are inspired by family because it's so important. It really is. Other than that, I don't have any questions off the top, but I think we have something special. I think you guys are going to perform for us, right?
We're gonna
You guys are performing for us tonight.
We're gonna do Success Man for you, and then we're gonna show a video that I was in called United Not Blinded. Okay, it's a very powerful piece. It's a very powerful piece. So I guess we need to get to it. Time is going.
We do. Yes, we do. I'm excited. I'm anxious.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm ready to take it all in and see. So let's go ahead and get started.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Happy COVID.
Happy COVID. Come on, Irene. Irene. Uh-oh, that's not good, Irene.
To all the people who ever had a dream close to their heart, where ignorance seems to shut you down, this goes out to you.
Just
the utmost of your struggle, keeping your dream alive. Each and every day, just keep believing. Don't let no one stop you. Just hold on to everything. You will believe in everything you want in time.
Love is lost in the race. The American dream is what we are all expected to be. Broken hearts every day, shut down and put away. So one day she'll look in the mirror and won't remember her name.
the edge of reality. I want to you'll be blinded by the light. Big forever, you get there one day. Living in the cold,
Streets speak louder than a frozen tear. Pain, strange strength, it's a chosen fit. Hoping things will finally be open clear. Lost in the blizzard, losing to the snow. In your hardest time, choose to what you know. Learn to turn the greatest dreams to what you bestow. And everything will seem to bring you true to what you sow. Head above the water, don't never sink below. Life is too short to be weak and thinking, no, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to speak your soul. Each moment is your life. Don't ever let it go.
They told me to steadily walk it out, but understand it's hard to be. Talking not be in my route, but it's when I scream and shout, let you know motivated. It's hard to try to do this thing from where I was educated, but I never stop. Understand I'm gonna be successful. I'm not gonna fail. I'm gonna continue past the test, and it's less broke. My peak and never weak when I'm speaking, but understand what it is. It's every breath that I'm breathing. Me digging deep, let you know that I am never weak. Some people are gonna be sinking when they walking in them Nikes, but it's cool cause not like me. Let you know what entices me. I'm gonna be successful, and you can't just be like me, T-Bone. Now you won't you'll be blinded by the light. Success is a cruel, never-ending game we play. Big safe never, dream big forever. You'll get there one day.
Now is the time to find your dreams. Now is the time to do those things. Now is the time to follow your heart. Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Irene.
Yeah, that was fun making that song.
Yes. Yes, it was very fun. Um, are you? Is he coming back?
Sorry, some technical difficulties. My apologies. I was like, Juan, what's going on?
You eating again?
I didn't mean to leave you guys hanging. Sorry about that. No, what it was is I was so immersed in the music that I just couldn't collect myself in time to come back and tell you how amazing it was. Thank you so much, everyone that's watching. I'm sure they're out of their seats and they're also as baffled as I am. I mean, thank you so much for being so vulnerable. Like I always say, it takes a lot to be able to create and to actually be able to show your art to several different people, several different viewers and consumers. So that takes a lot of vulnerability. So thank you for even, being vulnerable enough to share that with any of us. And two, thank you for being able to perform that live on a virtual screen because trust, as you can see, the technical difficulties I just had, it's not easy at all to
No.
work in in this digital utopia. So
And the sound is weird too. Yeah.
I just wanted to say one thing. I'm sorry, excuse me.
No,
Mad props to all the veterans in the room. I appreciate y'all. I'm also in the military. Been serving for 16 and a half years, so that's what's up.
Props to the military. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, of course. If you guys have anything to say at any time, go ahead and feel free.
No, I think we need to. We gotta show the video and you know, and let us be ourselves. You know,
Mad props. Appreciate it.
It's a. I mean, the other people aren't with me, but it's a powerful video. It talks about how people not of just black, it's white, Samoan, how it's impacting everybody. You know, it's not. And all these people have come together from their different races to bond to one point, and that's that Black Lives Matter, and that the things that we are going through. We're not just going through one color; we're all going through it. You know, they've come together to make their stand and tell people how they feel about things that are going on. That's what United Not Blinded is about. And it's like before, racism kind of was just this thing that's been allowed, you know, harassment, bullying, all these types, various, not just black people, the transgenders and the gays and everybody. They just kind of let them go rampant with their racism or how they deal with things. And now people are standing up and they're saying that it's not fair that this is going on and they're tired of it. And that means also music people are coming together too and making their statement. People are tired of racism, it needs to end.
Absolutely. I mean, discrimination as a whole, racism has always been like something that is frowned upon, but people haven't really necessarily spoken up as much about it as they have this year, which is kind of crazy that these unfortunate events have been the reason for people to kind of be fed up. Some people more than others have been fed up for such a long time. I've been, and a lot of the time we don't even realize that we've been discriminated against for the color of our skin, for our ethnicity and our race, So we've been told this has been this has been normalized for so long. This has been something that we thought was the norm. And we finally are starting to come to our senses and realize that's not okay. And we're kind of tired of having to deal with blatant racism, just blatant internalized racism.
And we're not just coming to our senses, we're coming together. That's the part that I like.
Absolutely. But without further ado, of course, I would love to continue, but let's go ahead and get that video because that I really am excited
about
as well.
All right, Irene.
That's what's up.
Irene.
Chant down Babylon, cops killing the good ones. Who you think gonna be left when you done? All of us hoodlums, we aggressive, way past our ancestors and predecessors. Tell Satan we want blood, make our oppressors relate a message. You will not keep killing us, filling us with holes, strange fruits still falling. Filling up the holes built up by slaves. Were from indigenous, they stole all public executions. You must account for those souls. These laws ain't made for me since slavery. Now pause for a second on this game. Press A for me. How you keep making the same mistakes one after another, and the disproportion's always the same race or color? Is the judge racist? This is the same case as the others. Justice throws in a block hole. Look at the face of our mothers. A band-aid is reparations, but with a nation divided, it's gonna be tough to get united. Eyes wide, don't be blinded.
Yo, do the knowledge, keep it scientific. If you went with the movement, stupid, mind your business. Divine cipher got us politicking. We only keep it true within designer living. It takes a nation if it takes a village. Reparations take place for those who rape and pillage. Ill fate, never break. You can ride hate till the wheels fall off, but you can never make it. Eyes wide, allied, rocking on the front lines. All rise, battle cry one time for one time. Indoctrination can't relate to the fallacies, and all lives matter isn't facing reality. There was no white Jesus change the station. The 5% nation still waiting on emancipation. We all gods, push the devil out, and we gon' keep it Black Lives Matter till we level out.
Let's stop all this fighting. This be with the hate, I see right through it all. It's so much better if we all work together. For racism, brutality, and evil will fall. Y'all about to learn now. All over the world, we stand united, not blinded. Oh, united, not blinded.
Times is hard, cops active here, they treating people crazy. Put the waiters at it, come on over, little lady. Things are building up, I feel it's gonna be smooth. Time to pack our bags and go somewhere it's not so rainy. I think we need to settle down, this stress has got me bugging out. I feel that if I do this other round, they could choke me out. Trips postpone the room, America has another fit. No popularity contest, allies grab your relatives. Cut the tension in the air with a Barbarossa knife. Racist monuments turn to stone like Medusa's ice. I'm done with all this shit, we need to get a grip. Distractions are oblivious on the fight to make it stick. I'm going back to the basics, back when I made it. At that point in time I wasn't so jaded. A simple time, a simple way, we never made it. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes, let's desecrate it.
Been a long time coming, that stand has arrived. Too many brothers, mothers, sisters, fathers, children have died. Strife became too much, burdened us, we tried to fly. Deprived of moving freely in this nation that told us lies. Covered eyes so shut as our heads turned away. Kick off several horrid discriminatory practices that you paid. Told us this is the way, disgusted with your taste, shun you with your flavor. Mind your moves you do within the streets you walk today. Showed no mercy through the times, you locked us up for nothing. Madness cannot make up for what you all have done, distrusting. Causing all this anger, looting the streets, doors were busting. Peaceful chant our cries of the past like we are bluffing. Your brainwashing, yo, it stops with this generation. Hesitation non-existent, controls in disarray, son. Fanogi ham to door to wahunagai ki ipi yonu. Mamokya budi apaka atilung, Islam
united, not blinded. Let's stop all this fighting. This be with the hate, I see right through it all. It's so much better if we all work together. For racism, brutality, and evil will fall. Y'all about to learn now. All over the world, we stand united, not blinded. Oh, united, not blinded.
You're blindsided, y'all. I am the boss. I did the naked. These guys can see that the contest combat vitamin A. Then they get the eye open, the eye open, the light in the naked. When I all see a night, I get time for an eye in this bang bang. Ebony pupils having a giant late. When the loopholes out of their mind state. Quadruples power, high rate. Visual, got to a wide race. Human life is an illusion. Future's crisis is confusion. Fools fuel the fire to your iris. You must fight this dissolution. We eventually gotta adjust our look together. The color of gas and plasma is from another retina. Our receptors windows to the soul. Portal vision so beautiful. Eyes they can lead and get you parts and push me honest in a game hard parts. And we've been dead, let's say our
Gotta keep a cool mind. Sand in the stormy weather, build bridges for humankind. Plus, never say never, no color can outshine. Plus, standing together, stop losing our minds. I'm traveling backwards in time. Social media got us to witnessing cold crime. And social distance got me missing my own kind. The good with my 9 will not last us forever. To stay the course and endeavor for each moment and dope rhyme.
United we stand, divided we fall. Protesting in the streets every day to show them love. Really conquers all, won't get what we want unless they see us standing tall, screaming Black Lives Matter across the world. Take the Taj Mahal, shouting our voices until they really can't ignore us. We making a statement, tired of waiting. It's time to make some changes to the way that we live in, cause they got us popping clips in. Dr. King had a vision, but they still out here doing lynching. So sickening. Can't leave the comfort of your own home without fear of getting gunned down from our skin. We do not condone. It's time to repair the many wounds of our world's battle scars. Come together to make changes, never grow apart.
Black Lives Matter got us on our knees, begging for change and hope, and we plead with a little help from those in the lead. We stay united, with eyes open wide. Hope and change coming over time. We all the same. Just open your mind. Find united, we're bound disease to come together. And all that we need.
Raise your fist up, raise your fist up, raise your fist up to the sky. Raise your fist up, raise your fist up, raise your fist up, raise it high. United, not blinded.
All that we need.
United, not blinded.
We've grown accustomed to being outnumbered, numb to the outcome, stress level over encumbered. Seems now that I'm older, I wonder, is my hunger still the same as the soldier that I was from younger? See, I got a baby girl and she got a new baby brother, but them and they mother know I'm a fighter and not a runner. I run up and I load up and I light up that over and under. Leave my opposers frozen in golden slumbers. I know the numbers of protesters are diverse, and that'll work, but we still need more white folks in Black Lives Matter shirts. So many buck-jumping coons still doing masses work. Jimmy Crack Corn, all them songs from the past still hurt. If you put in real work on the streets, then don't fear the judge, the DA, and the racist police. No justice, no peace. Have a lawyer ready to fight it. You can't be undecided, united, and not blinded.
Wow.
Now that was incredible. Wow. What a piece. What a statement. You guys had a lot to say and you guys didn't hold back. And I am absolutely speechless. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, those are the type of pieces that speak to me the most, really, is when a statement stands for more than just, you know, for the sake of doing the art. You know, you're speaking on a large demographic of people. Exactly what this initiative is about, is amplifying and giving the voices to so many discriminated and marginalized folks. So thank you so much. It was amazing. And it looks like we have a couple other people, and it looks like they were featured. Who is it? Big Six, right? And Crystal, if I'm not mistaken. You guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Big
Crystal,
Six.
Yeah, Crystal, I think you were the vocalist on there, right? And Big Six.
Yeah, I was one of them.
I know that spoken word at that last bit, of course, was
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. It's all poetry. It's all relative, you know. I'm honored to be a part of the Black Art Matters, Black Alaskan Art Matters movement. I appreciate the platform. Thank you guys. I'm very honored.
Absolutely. It's very well deserved. So thank you guys for collaborating. Also, speaking of collaboration, how many people were in that?
I believe altogether about 9.
9.
I could be wrong. I haven't really. I was so pleased with everybody at the time. I didn't even take count. But I know we were pressed on the time. You know, as far as the guy, the producer and the videographer, we were kind of pressed because he was like, man, I've never did this long of a song. But I mean, it was pretty Wu-Tangish.
Nah, for real. I was like, yo, I remember just seeing all of you guys projected there on the screen. I was like, wait, are all these people featured, or is this just like a visual? I was like,
I
okay, it worked.
I was in there.
I was like, yes, keep going, keep going. No, so like,
yeah, I was very, very happy with the result. It was pretty awesome. The guy. I mean, it took him a while, and he would give us updates every other day, and he'd be like, "All right, we got this person, But I mean, I think it's a pretty inventive way. He did it as a Zoom meeting, which is pretty dope, you know. And then everybody came in after for their part. So I'm really happy about it. We already at 12,000 views. That's really big for me. I mean, I've never, I haven't been a part of anything that had that many views, and I've been doing this since I was a kid. So,
have you?
You know,
okay, making music.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Since I was about 12 years old, I've been doing this since I was selling herb in the park.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Since I was selling weed in a little park in New York City, in Lower East Side Manhattan, I've been writing, right as I was hustling, writing my little raps.
Look at you now. You made it big, huh?
I don't know if big, but I'm happy enough that I take care of my family in different ways. I sell jewelry right here in Juneau, Alaska, which we didn't have the cruise ships this year because of the coronavirus. So with that not being able to be a part of the income, it's been a little tough this year. But I'm able to provide for my family, so I'm able to take the music part of it and just do exactly what I want to do with it. I'm not subject to a label's desires, and they're taking. I had one label tell me they wanted me to do everything in Spanish, or whatever. And I was like, nah, you can't be listening. You don't know you can't be listening to what I'm doing if you want me to do it all Spanish. So I am Spanish, but they we're all black regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this situation, you could be white, whatever color you want to be. Believe me, whoever wins, we lose at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was gonna ask, I was like, so I know that you identify as black and you're Hispanic. Like, what ethnicity, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Puerto Rican. Well, black and Puerto Rican.
Okay, nice. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. Is why I asked.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Ya tú sabes, pana.
Yeah, you said Manhattan. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, we come straight from Puerto Rico and DR, straight to the Bronx and Harlem, and then straight to Manhattan. Like all that whole area.
Yeah. Thank
Pa que sepa, yeah, that's right.
Crystal, please tell me a little bit about the process, because I saw that you were one of the vocalists on there. I think that's amazing. Like, I was like, okay, you gotta sing.
Yeah, I am the only female that was involved in the group, which was pretty cool. And I also think that I'm the only one who didn't write anything for this. I was just honored to be asked to be involved with the project, and I just felt obligated to help in the situation, and
you did your thing too.
Yeah,
I owe the people of color a debt for what my race has done. So I'm not worthy. I basically am just fangirling all these amazing men, and I think the best solo part of the whole thing for me was just that was my thing. I was good with it.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, you added very well.
That constantly, huh?
So yeah, I was absolutely honored to be involved with the project, and I'm really glad I got to kind of virtually hang out with all the guys. So
definitely, and you being the only female, was that at all being intimidating, or did you feel left out, or did you feel very welcomed and very appreciated and valued?
The only time that I ever felt left out was when we had a Zoom meeting together, and they all started talking about sports, and I was like, my vagina's showing, I have to go. I'm out. But other than that, no, all the guys are so nice to me and made me feel like I was a bigger part of it than I was, and it was great. So
awesome. Yeah. I mean, being 9 people and you being the only female, I can only imagine that it could be a little bit of overwhelming, but it seems like it wasn't overwhelming at all.
no, they're all really cool people. I'm like glad I got to meet them. I don't think I've met any of them in person. I know a couple of them, but other than like the creator of the video and like Alex, I don't think I've ever met anybody else in person, and Lance. But yeah, it was cool like getting to know all of them. I didn't even know that these amazing performers existed in Juneau, so I was very excited. Yeah.
Look at that, building community. And I love that. You know, when you're working with artists in the same town as you that you're not familiar with, I think that's something magical. Being able to share that one thing in common is art, you know?
No doubt.
I think they just wanted like a token redheaded stepchild, and I didn't have the heart to tell them it was fake. So I just rolled with it. You know what I mean? I was rolling.
No, well, you know, I do my best. Like I tell whoever I work with, man, I'm not gonna blow no smoke. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be, you know, it has to be to a certain level of skill, because I don't want to be a part of it if it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna front. So it was you did good. Everybody did their thing.
Absolutely. I mean, investing in your craft, you kind of have to pick and choose where you want to, you know, use your energy towards. So I believe that's really important. You know, you can't
definitely. The guy approached me. He said, Six, I would like for you to be a part of the project. I just want you to write on the state of things. And I said, shit. I said, the state of things. I said, that's so easy for me, just because it's, you know, bro, I've been dealing with the cops and all this stuff. This is not new for me. You know what I mean? Like, none of this is new for me. You know, I moved to Juneau because I got kids, you know, and Alaska. I'll tell you a quick story, real quick story. They said that when the slave masters brought their slaves to Alaska with them because of the gold rush, that the slave masters went to sleep and there was no slavery in Alaska. So when they woke up in the morning, the slaves was gone.
Yeah. I mean, why would they
you know what I mean? So you know, I got kids to raise. I got a little papito and I got my daughter, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm here in Alaska, man. It means a lot to me to be able to be here and use a platform that I've already been a part of. I mean, I've been beat by the cops on several occasions, all kinds of different things, you know? So I'm not just talking smack, you know? Like it's documented. So I'm able to still smile and be here, you know, and it's Black Lives Matter to me is not a political movement, man. I'm black, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go anywhere and get shot, you know, just for waving hello, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever, playing a video game or, you know, so it's big for me, you know? So I was very honored, and I'm very honored to be with the artist that he chose, you know, to be a part of it, you know?
Absolutely. I identify with that so much because like I've always been wanting to say is that like the biggest threat in America is being a black person.
I promise you that. I promise you that.
Individual, you are the biggest threat in America.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I got a baby boy, you know, and he's wild, you know. And I'm like, bro, well, you know, I want to make sure you stay here in Juneau or in Alaska as long as you can, you know, before you go out there, because it's not a game, man. Like I laugh and I smile a lot, only to hide my, you know what I mean, my pain, because it's no joke, man. Like,
and
it's
Alaska's
no joke.
not near perfect either, so
absolutely.
Alaska's not near perfect either.
Yeah. I know, but it's perfecter than where I come from.
Right. Agree. I'm from Buffalo. Like, yeah, right. Yep.
Oh yeah. And the lower 48 is not a game.
Nope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even the laws and everything. And I'm speaking from experience, you know, because I was not a good guy always. So, you know, even the laws are different here. Like, I don't even feel the same. My wife is so happy here, dude. Like, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. It really is. We used to get followed, you know, all kinds of stuff, you know. So anyway, I don't want to bog it down with negativity. My whole point is it's a positive outcome, because Alaska has been nothing but positive for me and my family. It's been a very big blessing, you know. And so when I came here, and I'm very, very passionate about my craft, so I wanted to make sure I elevate it I make sure I elevate everywhere I go, you know. So I want to take the city of Juneau and make it like, you know, well known for, like they got some people over there that's serious as far as poetry and their art. You know what I mean?
And it looks like you're one of those important and serious people because you included into this initiative and you have added so much to this project. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very honored. Very honored.
Absolutely. And so are we. Now, one last thing I do want to say, if there's anything you can tell the audience in just a short phrase about your art and being involved with this, what could it be for the both of you?
Hud?
You go first, Crystal.
You know, singing for me has never really been something I'm loud about, even though I enjoy doing it. It's mostly been a stress reliever, and I'm also, you know, been pretty quiet as far as, you know, embarrassingly so. I've been, as a white female, very quiet about these issues, and finally I was just like, you know, I'm part of the problem. So I was like, I'm no longer wanting to be a part of the problem, and you know, it's sad that, you know, I'm one of the people where it did have to have something this bad happen for me to be like, okay, this is not okay, and I'm embarrassed by my race, but I'll take responsibility for that and just move forward and continue to be a part of these projects as long as I can be.
Accountability, we love to see it.
Your accountability says so much. I really appreciate that. You have no idea. That's dope. At the end of the video, I said, we're going to need more white folks in Black Lives Matter shirts. And I said that because it doesn't make any damn sense for me to rock a shirt that says Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going unheard, you know, and it's falling on deaf ears. So what the hell I look like, you know, I'm still going to get shot with that same Black Lives Matter shirt on. It don't make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I really appreciate that. As far as my art and how I feel or anything that I could pass on, I would say, don't let anybody tell you or allow or try to take your integrity away from your artistry. Like whatever you do that shit to the fullest. You do it to where nobody can, you know, and do it with passion. Do it to the fullest to where you're gonna stand out amongst a whole crowd of people. It don't matter where you at. I learned from some of the best, some of the ruggedest, some of the like eminent producers. I learned from all of these people. Like, you have to make sure that you mean it when you say it. If whatever you spitting, you mean it when you say it. You know,
absolutely.
I learned the hard way, but it was a good way.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you. Absolutely. Now we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for, you know, giving you guys' input and being a part of this project and this event this evening. So much.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and bring Leslie back in just to wrap things up here.
Oh, I gotta unmute. Oh, bring it. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I'm so moved. That is my new anthem, United, Not Blinded. That's the name of the video.
Oh, so good. So good.
And then the song, the rap and music before that with T-Bone and Lance. Wow. And
phenomenal,
thank you.
Right?
Yeah. Big Six and Crystal, thank you for coming on, following up after we got to see that powerful piece. I'm serious. That is my new anthem. I love that. And to know that these artists are right here in Juneau.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, Ani, that land is talking through them. Oh my gosh. It's powerful. That's justice, people. That's art and justice and activism married right in there. Fantastic. Thank you, Amable, for beautiful co-hosting and holding the space for these incredible artists. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Anytime. I love to do this, and I feel like it's so needed and worth it. And it's, you know, those people deserve to have this platform to amplify their voice. So
absolutely. Yes. Thank you for that. And you've been one of the most brilliant curators with our other curators, MC Mahogany and Alyssa, Quentin. Oh my gosh, it couldn't have been a more incredible triad of thinking, of analysis, of creativity. You all are amazing. You know, yeah, Amable for president. Awesome. Yes, thank you.
Honestly,
This Black Alaskan Art Matters has been such a powerful initiative, a powerful exhibit, as you all were saying. And I just really believe we've got to keep it going. So I look forward to continuing our collaboration, Amable, you and MC Mahogany and Alyssa, so that we can figure out how to keep it going. Is it annual? Are there other components? It's just, Perseverance Theater is committed to lifting up how you all want to continue to build this network of Black Alaskan artists. So critical and so important to support your movement. Um, it's a real honor and a pleasure. Wow.
Well, I want to speak on behalf of myself, but I'm pretty sure the other two curators will say the same thing about you. It's been an honor to be working with Perseverance Theater and people as open and as loving and compassionate and understanding as you. So thank you for allowing us to come together and put our minds together to do something that was so needed and so well deserved. We wanted to give these artists a platform, and we were able to do that through Perseverance Theater and you, Leslie. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to do so.
Thank you. I mentioned earlier that that basically we didn't want to make another statement. We wanted to make relationships so we could support this work to come forward. And I'm so happy we did. And the fact is, I hope everyone will go to ptalaska.org with the BAM initiative because, well, for goodness sake, you all made the statement. I want folks to see that incredible statement that you all composed and brought forth. It's powerful. Yeah. With that, why don't I give a few? I want to give a big shout out to Irene Martinko, who's they were giving some shout out to Irene in the chat.
Shout out to Irene.
Woohoo! Irene's been our steady hand behind the scenes, making it all happen, coordinating us. Thank you so much, Irene. And I know that you and I will keep working together as Irene is our literary and producing associate at Perseverance Theater, and there's going to definitely be more to come. So with that, I want to, I see it in the chat too. Thank you so much for having us and keep the art going. Ow, right on. Yes. Thank you, Big Six. And Mahogany says, I want to be a Amable when I grow up. Yes. You and me both, Mahogany. I'm all in. Let's do this. Let's figure that out.
I'm not anything special, Mahogany. You're equally as amazing as any one of us. So thank you.
Really, I want to be all three of you when I grow up. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh my gosh. Why don't I give just a couple of announcements? First of all, thank you again to you. Well, let me hold on to that till the end. Thank you to Lance and Crystal and Big Six and T-Bone and Shavonda at giving us this beautiful start with Mahogany and her that incredible and important conversation. And then with that, I want to just share In Love and Warcraft is still on demand, folks, for a couple more days through October 16th. You can go to ptalaska.org and get your tickets. And on demand, you can watch it anytime, after work, at lunch, at late at night, whatever it is, it's on demand. So it's on your time. So please be sure to, if you missed it, it's another chance. It's a fantastic live video theater show that got captured. We want to be sure to share that out with you. And the other thing I want to share with you that's really important and wonderful, that's right in alignment with this programming. And a lot of what you all do in poetry, we have Shavonda, poetry, MC, Mahogany, you, Amable, is we have a poetry workshop for middle school and high schools. So if you've ever wanted to write poetry or learn how, or you're interested in just gaining some experience performing your own words, please join teaching artists Shaksha Ish, Conrad Frank, and Lily Odekirk. They will be our poetry teachers for this workshop. It will start October 20th. It's like after school hours, so it's perfect. And you know how creative Lily is with our arts education. You'll have fun, and you'll get to express yourself and develop your own poetry. And by the end of the workshop, there's like 4 different meetings within a couple of weeks. You will basically be able to figure out how you might like to share that out. So you too can have an opportunity to share your work. And so we just look forward to developing and supporting the voices of our youth. We did that the other night at our Voice the Vote, initiative, that program event. And it was powerful to have our youth with us so that when you go to the polls, don't forget, look, I'm voting for me, but I'm also voting for the voices of those who aren't able to vote, especially our youth. Yes. So happy and so excited to bring that workshop so we can keep developing the voices of our youth and support them. Then also, Spirit of the Valley is our next live video show that will come up in early November. The run will be November 6th through the 15th. And that play is written and directed by our very own Alaskan playwright, Frank Koshka-Tass. Really talented artist and a wonderful actor on his own right. But this time he's written the play and he's directing it. And it's great for families and once again for youth. It's about these two youth that get separated from their family while they're on vacation in the Alaska wilderness. And what an adventure they have. They meet up with a rat master, raven, ferocious wolves, a bear, eagle, the wisdom of the eagle, and the spirit of the valley. So please join us for that. Go to ptalaska.org, folks, because you'll find all the details there, and you can click on and get your tickets for that and watch it virtually. And then also a Tlingit Christmas Carol. You all have heard of a Christmas Carol. Now it's gone Tlingit. Our national resident playwright, Vera Starbard, has made this contemporary adaptation. It's funny, it's deep, it's awesome. I'm watching the recordings now. We're capturing it now. It's fantastic. A great cast, a great adaptation. She's so smart, so clever, and funny. So bringing in the spirit of the holidays, check our website for that as well. That will drop right after Thanksgiving each week in episodes. And then eventually it'll play so that you can binge it. And we're just excited. That'll be a holiday offering that we may ask for, humbly, we ask for a donation, but that is without cost. Then we have one more holiday gift coming that we haven't announced yet. We're keeping you on pins and needles about that. Again, keep an eye out for that announcement. So we've got a lot coming. And I know Amable, you and Mahogany and Alyssa, this isn't the last of seeing you and collaborating with you. We're so grateful that you all helped lead. Well, you did. You just led this initiative. That was our intent. Thank you for leading. Thank you for your art and your wonderful analysis and all that you brought to lift up this exhibit. It's a first, certainly not the last.
No, definitely not.
So I want to take that question that MC Mahogany asked of Shavonda. What do you think of when you think BAM, Black Alaskan Art Matters?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm turning around and I'm asking you.
When I think BAM, I think and see and hear and experience, really. I experience so many voices who have been wanting and trying so hard to be seen, to be heard, to also be experienced. When I think of BAM, I think of so many voices who have been shut out, who have never been given the opportunity, who have been, like I said, discriminated against and marginalized and told countless times that they are not good enough, that they need to work harder, that they need to fit a certain box, a standard. And I think it's ridiculous. And I feel like BAM has broken those boundaries for all these artists involved and anyone who hasn't been involved. This has been something to look forward to. You know, this has been something that's been talked about from artist to artist in several different communities. So I feel like when I think of BAM, I think of progression. I think of excitement. I think of, breaking that border around what Black art is, just kind of expanding from this general idea and going from there.
And I love that you all really encourage artists to submit their work. Those who haven't ever submitted before to those who are used to presenting their work. So we had a beautiful range, and wow, you really brought the community forward. Yeah, my deepest gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been
our last conversation, but I'm going to say for now.
Yes, for now.
Yes,
absolutely for now.
Yes. So thank you. Thank you again to our three curators, you, Amable, MC Mahogany, and Alyssa. This has been tremendous. I can't wait for more. And I'd like you to join me, Amable. Let's wish our audience, thank you for tuning in. Please be safe, right? Wear masks, socially distanced, right? Yeah, and take great care. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Thank you guys.